Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a scenario. Well, we're just going to be fixing the borders of the world. Now, the first area I want to focus on is the US and Canada. It's the US and Canada border. Now, I think, since we have Alaska,
Well, that's funny because I had somebody earlier today be like, I don't want to take your class. I've heard it's not good. I'm like, thank you.
I think that the US should have a connection towards Alaska. And also just making sure this area looks a little bit better. Not with a bunch of straight lines. Speaking of, let's make sure we give some of this area to the US. Just to make the borders non-straight. There we go, that looks a little better. And, I think a bit of this should go over to the US right here. Just looks better on the map. Now for,
Mom tutoring.
now for, the US and Mexico border. The only logical thing to do here is, give Baja California over to the US, plus a bit more land here along the border. I think the US should have gotten this when they invaded and the Mexican-American War happened, and when the US was still expanding eastward, westward. So I think that's what we should have. Central America, I think is just fine. But I think we should have a new country called the Darien here just to make sure. As for, this area, I think we should just give some land over to Guyana. I think a bit of this should go over to Venezuela. I think this should go over to Brazil. This should go over to Peru. Whoa. Yeah, that looks nice. As for Tierra del Fuego, it's just gonna be going over to Chile. Speaking of Chile, they will get even longer. Now expanding into Peru. Yes, I'm also, this should go over to Brazil. And Bolivia will get some of this area from Paraguay. This goes over to Brazil. And that's all I'm going to do for South America. That's it for the Americas. Now heading over to Europe. I think the most logical thing to do is give Northern Ireland to Ireland. While I'm over here, I might as well get this border here. I'm sorry if any of you do not like this scenario. I know the borders. I do like the U.S. and Mexican border as it is because it is a river. But I don't. But I think the U.S. should have gotten the entirety of California instead of just what they have now. So that would be what I would do. And I think this border is a little weird, especially because it's straight, and I don't like straight lines for a border. So I think this just makes up for it. I just think this looks way better than anything else. I think the US should connect up to Alaska. If it means Canada does lose some land, I think that's just. It just has to happen, man. Canada doesn't gain land because, well. I guess Trump is, like, happy about this. At least he has Alaska better. Also, yes, this area. Right here is a border river. Except for this area, it's not. Pretty sure it was a purchase the U.S. did. I forgot what it was called. But yeah, there's North America. Peru does gain land, but they do lose land to Chile.
Dr. Joel Knight.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Anyway, let's do this over here.
I am not, but I've had a typically on the lower end. I've been on the lower end.
But I'm pretty sure this border looks nice. I like these borders I'm drawing. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay.
If there's a custodian still in the building, we need a vomit cleanup in the nurse's room, please. Any custodians in the nurse's room, thank you.
Anyway, going back to Europe, I think the next logical thing is Scotland, the Scottish independence. Most American YouTubers would agree. Also, I think Galicia should become part of Portugal. Also, I think Andalusia should become independent. That is a thing. I know this isn't the exact region. Next, I will give the Catalans independence. Even the Basque country here. I know these aren't the exact borders, but I'm just coming up with them as I go. I think Brittany should get independence. And I think Monaco should gain land from this. And I'm gonna give independence to Corsica and Sardinia, or maybe or maybe we'll make a union of them. But that's it for this area. Well, not it, because Belgium will be divided up between their neighbors. Something like this would look good. And I think the Dutch should get some land from Germany, specifically this area. I think that looks nice. And I think the Danes should get some land here, as well as a bit of this. I think that just looks great.
You be sitting here by your mama tutors? Yeah. You ready to go home though?
But I think this area looks great for the border. Also, to make up for the loss of some land from Germany, I think they will get back the Sudetenland, as well as a bit of Poland. I'm not going to give them what they had before, but this is what they get. They do get some additional land. Also, I think that Switzerland should just be divided up between ethnic languages. So that's what we see here. Also, Sicily gains independence. San Marino will be gaining land. The Vatican will just get some land here, taking Rome away from Italy, but I think Italy will just move their capital somewhere else. Also, a bit of this southern area will join with the Sicilians. Also, Malta becomes British. As for Poland, I'll just give this back to Czechoslovakia. Yes, they are a thing. And for Poland, I'll just give them a bit of eastern Ukraine and a bit of Belarus. Also a bit of Lithuania. To restore what they were. Also, Kaliningrad just gets divided up. Also, I think this should just go over to Russia. I think this looks good. Also, I think this should go over to Ukraine. This area should go to Ukraine. Obviously, I would give Crimea back to Ukraine. I think I should give this area to Moldova, which will unite with Romania. For Slovenia, I think Italy will just annex just a bit of their territory, as well as from Croatia. I think that looks good. And then we'll just divide up Bosnia into two to satisfy, and I think Croatia will lose this part just to make this border look a little better. Montenegro will stay the same, but Albania and Kosovo will unite. And North Macedonia will just be divided up. Ow. I think this should go over to Serbia. This goes over to Romania. As for this, Greece and Bulgaria will be annexing this. Turkey will be allowed to keep this symbol. So that's it for Europe. Also, Gibraltar. If you were wondering about Gibraltar, they join up with the Andalusians. I don't think Morocco should. I think this should be going to Morocco here. No, not that. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. The Netherlands will expand into this sea. Forgot to include that. Didn't want to miss about that. I'm pretty sure the Dutch would just do this every time if I was gonna do something with the Dutch, I might as well do this. That is cursed. I'm sorry. Also, I'm just gonna get rid of this line because I don't like it. But Belgium does cease to exist. But you might notice that Germany got land. They did. Also, Luxembourg doesn't exist. Oh God. Yep, I think that was good. Also, these islands will go to Morocco. I'm just saying that. Just. I think France looks pretty good now. Yes, I know this looks weird. Trust me, I'll fix that later. By later, I mean now. Yep, Austria is gonna be on to us again. Don't worry, the mustache man is not coming back. I'm just fixing borders, and I think Austria and Germany should be under one. I think that just looks good, in my opinion. Like, that just looks good. Don't think I forgot about these guys. Also, I think these guys should unite under one. I think this border looks good. I think this looks good. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Anyway, Czechoslovakia will return. Actually, I'm gonna keep both of their capitals. I think it would be cool if they had dual capitals. As you can see, South Africa still has 3. Poland isn't gonna cease to exist like they always do, for some reason. But they will be gaining additional land from some areas. Also, Lithuania's capital is gone, but they will be moving it somewhere different. Don't worry, I'm not going to change anything over here. I think the Russian-Belarusian border will look better like this. And I think this border should be like this in real life. Also, oh wait. There we go, there's Europe fixed. Don't worry, we'll get that here in a second, hold on. Yeah, this border does look kind of good. Don't worry, I'm gonna get the capital cities here. The other capital would be over here. Italy's new capital will go here. The Union's capital will go here. Boom. Catalonia there. Basque country there. 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 here, here. Okay. Oh, wait. Puerto Rico declares independence as well from the U.S. Boom. Yep, there we go. Alright, moving to Asia. Don't worry, I'm just gonna unite them under one flag, under a new union. I know this looks weird to see. But I think this looks really funny to see how people would react to this, so that's what we're gonna do. This new union will be gaining some land, like this from Syria, this from Lebanon, this bit from Jordan, this bit from Saudi Arabia, and this bit from Egypt. Also, Kurdistan. I gotta address this. We gotta give them their nation. I think it would be rude not to. So we see the creation of the Kurdish nation. Yay! Also, Greater Armenia. Also, Azerbaijan will be gaining land from Iran. Russia will be gaining this land right here from Georgia. God, I did a straight line by accident. Sorry, Georgians. Also, this will go over to Azerbaijan. As for this area, I think the logical thing to do is just make a better border. Hold on. There we go. Non-street borders. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Giving each nation new land area. I'm just gonna try and make this more realistic looking. Over here, I'm just gonna like do this. I'm just gonna create a new nation here. Right in the middle of this mess. This will be called Messistan. Yeah, just because it's a mess. Yep. As for this, I'll just give this over to Pakistan. For Kashmir, I'll just give them independence. Because no one can agree on a border here, so. We see the release of Kashmir by the nations that are claiming it, especially India. Also, China gains this land. Bhutan will gain this land right here. Nothing.
Oh, okay.
And Nepal will gain this bit right here. That's because I'm gonna do this, update this real quick. Okay, there we go. As for the Korean Peninsula, I'll be giving this, uniting them under one, and also giving them a bit more land up here. Also a bit more of this. For Japan, I'll give them a bit of Russia here. Like this. So now their border will look that here. And this right here. There we go. As for Taiwan, I think I'll just give them a bit more of the mainland. Vietnam will gain this area. I think that just looks good. I think this piece of Myanmar should go over to Thailand. I think this border should just be like this. Also, Malaysia, you're just gonna lose some land here. You're gonna lose Borneo, your piece of Borneo. But yeah. It's basically Asia for you. Let me just. Asia is still doing good. Anyway, we gotta do. We'll do something called Tibet. There we go. As for East Turkestan, we'll be giving them independence as well. So China does lose some land. Also, the province, this area over here, will declare independence. This area is gonna also get this. Also, Inner Mongolia. Goes back to Mongolia, obviously. Obviously, these aren't the exact borders, but I'm trying my best here. And yeah, that's China done. That's Asia. But I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna make a part 2. Because this is a little too long. So goodbye.